Okay people, welcome back to another Fwoosh review. Tonight I'm taking a look at the Bandai S.H. Figuarts Star Wars C-3PO and R2-D2, both from A New Hope. And this kind of feels like the end of the search for that perfect C-3PO and R2-D2. I'm not saying these are perfect, but I'm saying this is our last chance. There's no other companies that will be making these. Maybe different versions, but all out. But straight up, A New Hope, C-3PO, and R2-D2, this is the last chance. And that's not saying any of the other companies are bad. I actually like some of the other companies' offerings, but between Medicom and Hasbro and Bandai in the model kit line, Kyoto with their Reveltech line, which I didn't get those. I'm kind of regretting that now because I want some good droids, cartoon droids. And then now Bandai with their S.H. Figuarts line. Looking at the package, your standard S.H. Figuarts fare, big window, you see everything in there. They use silver for the classic trilogy. On the side, pretty pictures of both R2 and C-3PO. On the back, more promotional shots of both. Down here's the unreadables, probably says something like, look no further, Bandai is here to finally give you your perfect versions. That's kind of cocky, Bandai. I haven't even opened them up yet, and you're already telling me they're best? I don't know. On the other side, that silver motif. On the top, Star Wars logo. On the bottom, more unreadables, probably legalese. But I'm going to get these open and see if these are truly the best versions. Okay, looking at the instruction sheets, C-3PO comes with several sets of hands. He comes with a swappable face. It looks like the dent is the only difference here. He's got the hydraulic pin right there that moves inside his arm. And then the communicator, it says, do not misplace. That's pretty funny, Bandai. That thing's gone. Hell, I'm surprised I haven't lost it already. Now, C-3PO was a road map to, say, Rhode Island. The instructions for R2 is a map of Texas. You get the clicky lights. You get the pop-out pieces in his torso. You get the clicky up third leg. And then you get the swappable covers for the leg covering. And those are kind of tricky. We'll get to that. I folded it the first time. I am genius. And there we go, all out of the package. And, oh guys, I hate to tell you this, but any C-3PO and R2-D2 you've bought before this, don't throw it away. They're still useful, but there's a new sheriff in town. Now looking at C-3PO, it seems like all the details are there and in the right spots. And I probably throughout this review I'm going to be doing a lot of comparisons, a lot of callbacks to the Mafex or to the Black series or to the model kits, whatever. But for this piece right here, it seems like everything is there and it's nice and sharp. And that's on top of integrating as much articulation as it does have. I don't think it has as much as the Reveltech, even though I don't have it, but it's still a damn fine piece in the articulation department. And then the paint, it seems like it's not as shiny gold as it was advertised to be, which is not a problem. I kind of like this dull look, but it's almost a clean dull look. The wires in the abdomen are all nicely painted. They're all in place, but I would have liked to seen a little dirtiness here. If it's going to be dull, I want some dirt, I want some dust, I want some desert on the body. And then getting up to the head, same thing here. It's nicely sculpted. It looks great. It looks just like C-3PO, and the paint is a little bit dull. Again, it matches the rest of the body, and I'm glad for that. But there is something missing here, and it's something that we haven't gotten in a C-3PO figure yet, and that's the light up eyes, or at least simulating that they're lit. I do like that this looks like there's something in there with the black dot and everything, but it's just not bright. It's like he's shut down. But that's just the logistics of having an action figure without a light up feature. And then get to R2-D2. Again, the sculpt is super nice here. Nice and sharp all the way around. I love, love, love the colors on this, even though, again, it's a bit clean. It seems panel lined. All the grooves have a darker color inside of it, bringing out that detail. But as far as dirt and dust goes, not a lot here. Not a lot of oil, nothing like that. But I love the silver on the head and the metallic blues used all over the piece. This is not super chromy silver. It just has a little bit of sparkle to it, just enough to go, hey, my name's R2-D2. Looking at C-3PO first, his joints are, well, still are kind of super tight. I went to move the head back and forth, and there's it's like it sticks. It wants to stay in position. I don't know if that's a paint or the plastic or what. And I kind of get the same thing, where was it? Especially the thigh swivel here. You get that. I'm not afraid it's going to break, I have no worries about that. After what I've just put it through, yeah, it's not going to break on me, but it still throws me off a little bit. It's like, oh, okay, no, you're good. For R2, no durability issues whatsoever. I mean, I've been messing with this again for a good hour or so. Not a problem. The body is almost a cream color, not quite white, but I like it. It stands out against the rest of mine. I just looked sideways to see what the rest of them. And yeah, the model kit is a stark white, and we'll get to the comparisons after that. Now for articulation, there's a ball going up into the head. Let's see if we can see that. I don't remember. Yeah, there's a ball. Oh, I just freed up more articulation. For some reason, let's see what this does. There is a Figuarts joint right there that has a swivel down into the neck and then up into the head, so the hinge was offset and it was causing it to not be able to go forward and back. Let's see what this does with the face on it. Just because of the suit itself, you're not going to get a super amount of articulation there, but if you want head tilt, you've got to get in there and kind of manipulate that joint around. Turning the joint sideways, you get head tilt like that. So it's a little bit fiddlesome, but I like that you can get to it by pulling off the face. It almost seems like there is a little bit of articulation down in the bottom of the neck too, going down into the body. Maybe a ball joint? I don't know. Get to the shoulder, it's hidden by the shoulder cap, so I don't know exactly what is in there. Let's see. I didn't mean to do that, but we'll check it out. It seems like it's a ball joint going into the body, coming out to a swivel, so you don't have to really position it anywhere to get up and down. That goes out, in, then you can swivel all the way around. The elbow, you can bring it up to pretty much 90 and then bring it down. This bar right here slides in a slot right there. Almost straight, not bad. Got a Figuarts joint at the wrist, swivel, hinge, swivel, so you can set it to go side to side or bring it around. You can set it to go up and down, whichever way you want to go. The hands aren't really a mushroom peg, so they kind of go off when you get crazy with it. There's a ball joint in the mid-torso and then in the waist going down, so you can get side, you can get side, you can get forward, you can get back pretty good. Ball joint in the hip, I think. That's a, well, I didn't notice that before, but got a weird cover right here that kind of keeps it going forward. It moves. There's the hand. There's some kind of hinge, swivel, ball, joint system in there. I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but there's also a drop-down thigh. You can bring it down just a little bit, and the armor won't crash into the hip. You can bring that leg all the way up. For a C-3PO figure, that is damn good. Back, pretty good. Out, about right there, not great. Then you can push the thigh back up. It's not a super great amount of movement when you pull down and push up, but just enough to give you that forward all the way. There's swivel at the thigh. Single knee joint comes up to about right there, and then a ball joint going down into the ankle. You can go back, you can go forward, and a pretty good range of tilt there. For R2, I always hate doing articulation on R2. You have a swivel at the arm, leg, whatever it is right there. You have a hinge at the foot, gets about there, and about right there. And then there's rotation at the head, which you can actually pull that off. It's just a pin going down into a hole in the body. For accessories, C-3PO comes with a set of very open hands. He comes with a set of slightly more closed hands, and then he comes with a set of even more closed hands, but not all the way. He can't make a fist. He's a protocol droid. What do you expect? And switching those out, like I showed, they come off pretty easy. It's not a mushroom peg, it's just a straight pin, so you can put the other hands on, no problem at all. And then he also comes with his communicator. This tiny thing is going to be lost in the carpet before I finish this review. That's all there is to it. It's just too tiny. But he can hold it, surprisingly enough. I thought maybe there was a peg and a hole, but nope. It goes into the hand that has the least amount of space between the thumb and the finger. And there you go. I'm barely moving it for fear of it flipping out of there and being gone forever. But it works. I mean, what else are you going to give C-3PO? And then he comes with an alternate faceplate. It's exactly like the first one as far as I can tell, except for the dent up on the head. And to change that out, this just pulls off. Like the instructions said, watch out for that. That is tiny. I'd hate to break that off. You put the other one on. I do like the dinged head better. It gives a little bit of flair for an otherwise flat body, for the most part, looks like. And then for accessories on R2, he comes with leg covers. And I believe this is where Kenny Baker's legs were coming out of the body down into the feet. And to put those on, you pop The inside covers off here, and I did just cut my fingernails, so that was very well planned out. There is an R on the inside because the hole is a little bit offset, and you also have to find the R that is up inside the leg cover thing, and that pops right on. Now, in the instructions, it says watch out for paint rub when you bring them back down. That's going to run into the body right there, so you got to kind of pull out and then go under. And it looks good. It's not seamless. You can see a gap through it right there, but from most angles, it looks fine. Then that just pops right off. I've had these flip and fly here a couple times, changing these out. Cover goes back on. Of course, the other side says L for left, and you can't interchange them on. Of course, guess who the dumbass who tried to put the wrong one on first? It was me, in case you were wondering. Putting this on, and it will not go on there. It absolutely will not plug in. So make sure you have R on the right side and L on the left. And then for other features, he has his third leg. You just push and it pops out. The leg doesn't go up very easy. The spring is tight, but if you want it back in there, you just click it back up in there. I like that. You don't have to go digging. You don't have to turn the head to get it to come out. Yeah, no. You have these pop out blue things, and I think this is from when he gets shocked at the first, when the Jawas hit him with whatever they hit him with. That shoots out like that, and they pop right in. They don't look out of place when they're in the body. In fact, if you didn't see either the tabs or read the instructions, you wouldn't know those popped out. And then you also have these two doors right here. When you open the door, it pops the tool out, and that's on that side and this side. I'd kind of like to see an arm or something, but that would mean more removable panels, and that would be more stuff for me to lose on the carpet. So I can't complain too much. Those go back down, you shut the doors, and then you have to kind of fudge the tools back in there. But once you get it in there, nope, get in there. Again, if it wasn't for those finger tabs right there, you wouldn't hardly tell that those come open. And then he actually does have another feature, and that's this light on the front right here. It changes 4 different colors, and I believe the backlight light, it's actually just a color in there, and you have 5 different options on the back. And to change those, I didn't even realize this had this clicky option right here, but this blue panel, you click down and it switches to half red, half blue, to just the silver of the dome, to blue, and then to red. To change the back one, you push the panel with the camera sticking off of it. And look at that. I mean, that's seamless. You wouldn't know it was there unless you read the instructions or look really close at it. I'm not the most observant guy in the world, but it goes from green to red to silver of the dome to yellow back to green. So I guess there's 4 options here, 4 options on the front. I miscounted. When I first got mine out of the package, I was clicking. It started on green. I was clicking, went to red, went to silver, went to yellow. And then I would click and nothing would happen. I was afraid I had broke it, but since messing with it, it actually works better after playing around with it. And you can also see that up inside. You can click it and go through the different colors. The front one's kind of harder to push because it doesn't have a big stick coming up out of it. You got to kind of get in there and hit that, but it's a nice little feature. It changes the look a little bit. Now here's the biggie. Here are the comparisons. Here they are with the Black Series C-3PO and the Black Series R2-D2. You can tell that the Black Series is a slightly smaller scale, at least when it comes with these two. They undersized R2 big time. But the colors almost match between the two C-3POs. The Figuarts is a little bit darker, a little bit deeper, a little bit richer, but they both have that clean, dull gold look. There's definitely a difference between the two, though. You can see which one's the higher quality. To me, the Black Series isn't even on the table anymore. Here they are with the Bandai model kit C-3PO and R2-D2. Again, the C-3PO seems undersized, whereas the R2-D2s are almost the same sculpt. If I didn't know any better, the Figuarts department kind of stole the sculpt from the model kit department, but you can see differences. It's not exact, it's not perfect. I'm just saying that looking at it, at least the sizes are pretty damn close. And then here they are with the Metacom Mafex droids. Now I'm using the Force Awakens C-3PO because that's what the original trilogy C-3PO Mafex figure should have been. Not the piece of shit it was. I still haven't went back and fixed that thing, but you can see the two C-3POs are comparable in size. They're nearly exact height, really. But the Mafex R2 is a little bit taller and a different color blue. They have their place because the Mafex actual original trilogy C-3PO has that dirty look. The R2 has that dirty look. He comes with the drink tray. So again, different positions in the display. But look at this. Perfect. I love this shot. It wasn't until I got Luke in the middle that I thought, that's it. I'm done. I can do a New Hope display now. But at the end of the day, I do believe I've found my main display droids. I'm not saying that because they're brand new. I'm not saying that because I just got them. I'm not saying that because they're Figuarts. They're damn fine figures. Yes, they could be dirtier. They could be a little bit more oily. They could have light up eyes. R2 could have different accessories. I kind of feel like the leg covers aren't that great of an accessory. They work for what they're supposed to. I would have preferred a hologram Leia maybe, or something like that. Something a little bit more useful in the display. To be honest, I never noticed the leg covers much. But size-wise, articulation-wise, durability-wise, I'm not afraid to pick these up and start messing with them. Yeah, these are my main droids now. They win. You got me, Bandai. It took 5 tries, well, 4 tries for me, 5 tries for everybody else that got the Reveltech ones. So to finally have those versions that are going in the main display, yeah, I'm super, super happy with this. That's not to mean I'm throwing out any of the others except maybe the Black Series. The model kits will be my ceremonial ones. The Mafex ones will be, well, the Mafex R2 will be in my Jabba display because he has the drink tray. The C-3PO, it's going to be the pieced out one laying around Chewbacca because, that one, The Force Awakens Mafex display will go in the sequel shelf. They all have their purposes, but beside my Figuarts Luke, Figuarts Han, Figuarts Chewbacca, yeah, these found a new home. Now come on, Bandai, give us a Leia. Oh, and the land speeder shots here, I'm waiting for the Figuarts Obi-Wan. That's because I still can't find my Black Series, whatever. So if you like the review, comment, like, subscribe. I'll catch you on the Fwoosh.